No, we don't. No, the fuck we
What
don't.
are you resting from? Like, instant connection. Like, what?
Once we moved in together, it was like, damn, who this new motherfucker?
Right, who is this?
And we fucking.
I text him like, it's Mo, lock me in. But all I can say is that they can't work.
Yeah, they can work.
A lot of people think that long distance relationships don't work. And I can see why they would feel that way. Because obviously distant, you don't get to see the person as often.
Yeah.
Especially considering the situation. Like, how far does that person live? Is it a flight? In our case,
well, we did extra shit though, so it ain't. You gotta. We created a lot of ways to make our relationship work, and a lot of people ain't willing to do.
Trusting somebody that is,
Trusting
in our case, 900, yeah, 900 miles away.
Because you have wandering minds for sure. You know what I'm saying? And you tend, when you go through it, I feel like this what I feel like. When you're going through like a long distance relationship, you find out things about yourself that you never knew. Because you spend a lot of time alone. You know what I mean?
Dang.
You find out things about yourself that you never knew.
Like what? Like what you mean?
A lot.
Like what? Give me an example. Just one thing. What is one thing you learned about yourself you never knew?
That I can be faithful.
Dang. I don't think that was because of the long distance relationship.
It is. Because
You think
it was
that
more
was
of a
up?
challenge to me. It was more of a challenge because it was so easy for me to cheat.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
As opposed to if I was in the same city,
Yeah.
it's a little more difficult to be sneaky.
For sure.
Dang.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say that for you, I didn't think that had anything to do with long distance relationship.
It showed I had real patience.
Yeah.
I had patience.
Dang. For me, I feel like, I don't know if I learned it. I probably learned a lot about myself. But I was gonna say that I feel like long distance relationships force you to communicate more than you would normally.
Nah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? Because the only way y'all got to talk, the only way y'all got to communicate or see each other is to talk. You understand what I'm saying? Like, where it's not like you up the street and I could be like, oh, we can go out to dinner tomorrow night or something. Like, you are forced to talk, like communicate. I'm not even there to see how you act on a day-to-day basis. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I got to talk to you. I got to ask questions. I got to hear about your childhood. I got to hear, because I'm not even there to see you interact with your mama, your kids, your friends. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. So for me, I feel like it was a blessing. That was a hard almost 2 years, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, it was hard.
It was difficult. Like, especially once we got married. Like that.
Yeah, it was crazy. It became like crazy.
We would be in a bad, I know I would. I'd be like in a bad mood when I leave, or sad, or like anxious. You know what I'm saying? Because I knew the time. We had a countdown. We knew that when our daughter graduated from high school, that's when we were gonna, move. Yeah, but the day of, god dang, no, really the day after. But we knew that was coming, so it was like a countdown. So the closer we got, I ain't gonna lie, the more anxious I got, and more just nervous about. Like, we had spent weeks together.
Yeah,
at some point in time.
It was like, it was so crazy.
What?
Once we moved in together, it was like, damn, who this new motherfucker?
Right, who is this?
And we fucking married, so it was like, it was a situation that we never experienced.
Right.
Just being around each other every day.
Yeah. We had spent, spurts of time together, especially during Mardi Gras, but spurts of time together. But that was, I don't know, it just was a different feel. It was kind of, like, I don't know, weird is a good word for it. It was like, dang, I could just wake up and go to breakfast with my husband, or I could just, I don't gotta wait and plan a dinner, plan a day. Like, we could just walk across the street and go grab a bite to eat. It's like, I think I said that to Roderick like a few weeks back. Like, I don't want to take those moments for granted. Like, I really want to, because it was a time I forgot what we were talking about, and I was like, I want to just enjoy it. Like, there were so many times we wanted to do exactly this.
Yeah, when I was at the comedy show and I fell asleep.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. I took this fool to the Tango comedy show. He doesn't like, I love comedy. Like, love stand-up comedy. Like, I love it. And he doesn't like the same kind of stand-up comedy that I like.
Old ass people, man.
Like, he likes
corny ass.
Like, I don't know. Like, I like all kinds of comedy. So I like Richard Pryor Eddie Murphy. Like, I like storyteller. I like Dave Chappelle. I like Chris Rock. I like all kinds because like the animated, I like everything. He's not like that. He only like you got to be super engaging. Like if you too boring, like he said, we went to see Deion Cole, by the way, and I thought he was hilarious. It was funny to me, and he didn't like it, so he fell asleep. So my point is, I was like, don't do that, babe. Like we waited for opportunities to be able to do just this. You know what I mean? So he was complaining about the walk. He was complaining about the long line.
They didn't have no VIP line. How did they have a VIP line? With all these damn
Who
people?
cares? We were together after 2 years. You know how many times we wanted to do this? Like, what?
Niggas sweating though, walking up to the event.
It's
like,
okay, I'm with you. I was happy. So my thing was, I'm happy. I don't care where we are, what we doing. But that's a choice though. Like, I really think of things that way. Like, I cherish those moments. Like, you know, just sitting and watching TV. You know how many times we had to do that in our face? And we did it plenty times. He'd be doing his own thing on his phone. And that's the other thing too. Nobody believes us, I bet. I bet when we say this, people think that we lying. The only person that probably believes us is my mother-in-law and my daughter. Because they saw it, like, live and in action. We literally, I can count on one hand, probably on 3 fingers, 4 fingers. Yeah. On one hand, less than 5 in that entire time span that we didn't fall asleep on the phone together.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Literally.
Even to like now when you go out of town.
Oh yeah, even now. Same thing.
Yeah.
Same thing. But that goes back to what he was saying. It did help build the trust. After a while, it wasn't even about the trust anymore. It just was like, I can't even fall asleep. Right? Like, I don't know. It was weird. It was like, I think I told him a couple times, like, you not calling me at night, it's like you not coming home. Like, that's what it felt like to me. Even though we didn't live in the same house, it was like, you ain't finna not call me. You go in the house, you call me. It was like, if he wouldn't call me, it'd be like, if we lived together, I'm like, dang, you ain't come home last night? That's what it felt like to me.
Yeah.
And it did help a lot with trust because we didn't know each other from Adam when we first met. We have been inseparable since week 2, for real.
Week 2, yeah.
Week 2. But even before that, we would talk a lot. Not like we did once we started dating, but when we did get to talk, it was, I ain't gonna say it was kind of sporadic, but it was like for long periods of time when we did talk.
Yeah.
Like, instant connection. Like, before I met...
24 hours in a day. I think what it was that time, we talked like
18 hours.
Yeah.
And that was on a regular basis. That wasn't abnormal. It's just I happened to look one time. Like, usually it'd be on and off. This particular day, I was home. Why was I home? This is when I was home. I had sold all my restaurants. No, got rid of them. I hadn't even sold them. At that time, I got rid of all my restaurants and stuff. And I kind of was just chilling, right? And he had to work a double, I think. And I just looked at the thing. And we had talked all day. I said, hey, I had to screenshot and show. I said, we talked for 18
I still got that screenshot.
hours. Like, 18 hours out of the day. Like, it was probably like 3 calls, but I added them up. I said, man, out of 24 hours, we talked for 18 hours. Yeah. Like, man, it's crazy.
That was crazy.
Yeah, but that was on a constant, like on a regular basis. Over and over and over again. So, even though we were so far away, I didn't feel like I was far away. Like, he knew where I was every second of every day. And I knew where he was. Like, even though he's 900 miles away, I don't know if he had Uncle Sweat House. Yeah. I don't know if he had FaceTime when we first got together. I knew what places looked like before I even got there. I knew what people looked like before I even got there.
You knew the people before you even met them.
Yeah, I knew the people before I even met them. Like, I had been FaceTiming my babies before I even came to Mobile to meet them in person.
Yeah, that was
like,
great.
they was Miss Mo and me before we was even, you know, well, now it's Mimo, but back then it was Miss Mo. Like, so before I even met them in person, besides the FaceTimer. So I was like, and I said her name, and she was like, Miss Mo. And then after that weekend, he was like, man, what did you do to my kids? He kept saying that all the time, I swear. Whenever he was like, man, what you do to my kids? What the heck you do to... And his mama, everybody would say, didn't they? What did you do to my grandkids? What did you do to my baby? Like, they used to want to go with anybody in his family. They love, you know, his family so loved it. No
other time with no one in our family.
Nope.
Miss Mo.
They didn't want to leave me like that. I ain't gonna even lie. He used to kind of get salty. At first, they wouldn't even study their daddy. Go, daddy, because he would have to work and stuff like that sometimes. He'd be like, go, daddy. I'm gonna stay. We're gonna have girls' day. That's what they always just go. We have girls' day. I don't know. I think long distance, it's tough. I'm not going to pretend like it's easy. And I can only imagine the people. We were fortunate and blessed enough to be in a situation where at least every other week
we can see each other.
We could see each other.
The longest we ever went without seeing each other was
3 weeks.
Was it a month? It wasn't a month.
Maybe a little over 3 weeks. Yeah.
When you finally opened another restaurant.
Yeah, it was over. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, close to a month. That was the longest, and that was rough.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. We both was like, all right, this is enough. We gotta figure this out. But trust is a big issue. I wouldn't have been able to do that if I had to wonder in my mind like, hey, what's going on?
You know, some real shit. Got to be a group effort too. Like, it can't be one person feeling the way and the other person not all the way there with you. It ain't gonna work.
Yeah.
It's not gonna work.
Yeah.
It's a blessing for real that we both was on the same page.
Yeah, we were from the beginning. Like before I met Roger, I saw stories, right? Like, love at first sight, and I promise, God forgive me for my judging ways. I was thinking, she gotta be out of her damn mind. Are you crazy?
Yeah.
You don't even know this dude, or you know what I'm saying? This is what I would think when I would hear those stories, or I would hear stories about, we met, we were engaged in 9 months, we got married in a year, and I'd be like,
yeah.
man, you done.
We was together for what, a year and 2 weeks before we got married?
Yeah. Well, a year and a month. Like 13 months.
Yeah.
13 months before we got married. In 2 weeks, we knew we loved each other.
Yeah.
And after that, like, we didn't say it, but I don't know, but I ain't date nobody else. I ain't do nothing. This is after 2 weeks.
Yeah.
After I met him, I moved out of the house I was living with. It wasn't 2 weeks from the time we had our first date. It wasn't 2 weeks. It was like 9 days or something like that I moved out. 12,000 square foot house, fully paid for. Moved out into a 2-bedroom apartment with my daughter, and was happier than I had been in 6 years. Well, really ever in my life, but was so happy.
This shit different, man.
Yeah, everybody thought. Shut up. You was too, goddamn. Everybody thought I was crazy. You gonna move out of that house? You gonna? People don't understand. That don't even. Man, your peace of mind, your happiness. You know what I'm saying? Your joy is like, that's priceless. Nobody care about that. And I knew if I had did and accumulated all these things, because those were just things that wasn't of no substance. If I had accumulated all these things with somebody that I wasn't even really supposed to, not really, was never supposed to be with, wasn't even my person, dang, you know, I was so excited about what we was gonna do. I was like, I'm about to go crazy. I didn't care. Now I ain't getting no another. We have agreed that's too big. We're not going that big on the house. But we're gonna have exactly, we settled on 7,500 square feet. He wants 5,000, 7,500. But my point is, like, we're gonna have all those things and more. Like with somebody that you love and respect and supports you, and it was like we was both. I don't know. That's how you know God's timing is impeccable, because it was the perfect timing for both of us. Yeah. It was like the fact that we were in 2 of the same places on the same night that we met is crazy. At a restaurant, leave the restaurant. I didn't even see him at the restaurant. Then go to a club, and we at the same club on the same night in the same city. Mind you, we met in Atlanta. I didn't live in Atlanta at the time. He didn't live in Atlanta at the time.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Like,
you was only there for a night. I was only there for a few hours, guys.
Yeah, like, it's insane. That's how, if anybody, nobody can't tell me that this wasn't orchestrated by God
I need to be a part of this story too, because it was his birthday.
Oh yeah.
And he brought it up the other day too when I was in Cali.
Yep, it was his birthday.
I need to be a part of this.
Yeah, everybody. It was my friend's birthday who lived in Dubai. My friend Nicole's birthday. That's why I was there. I hadn't seen her in 10 years. That's what I'm saying. Like, even stuff a year prior or 2 years prior to us meeting allowed us meeting to happen. Like, I only went and was pressed to go see my friend because I had went to Dubai to visit her the December prior, and she had COVID. So I couldn't see her. While I was in Dubai, I was like, there's no way she's going to be in the United States, in Atlanta, and I don't catch a flight and go see my friend. You know what I mean? So it was like everything. But had I had seen her in Dubai, I might have not been as pressed to see her when she came to Atlanta. I might have still went, but I wouldn't. It was like mandatory. I was like, I got to go see her. And I saw him, and I'm thinking, because he looks a lot older now, y'all. Only because of the hair on his face, and he don't look a lot older, but he looks older. It was like a baby face. He was working at a chemical plant, and he had to put these masks on, and he couldn't keep any facial hair. So it was like, what does this little boy want? I was like, he looks like my son age, y'all. I was like, what does this young man want to do with me? I was like, what in the world? But I swear in my mind, I thought, I ain't going over there. Because he had the nerve to tell me to come here. That's the one thing he did wrong.
Play away.
In this whole...
And what you did when I told you?
Whatever. I thought about it for a second. I said...
Play away. Bring your ass up, girl.
Whatever. That's the one thing he ever did wrong in the whole relationship. Tell me to come here. And I swear, I thought in my brain, I promise to God, all my blessings, y'all, I thought, nigga, I ain't walking over there. And somehow I was right next to him. I was like, how did I even get over here? I thought to myself, I'm not getting up coming over there.
And
but he had already tried to send. Huh?
And I was with a chick.
He wasn't with no chick.
I went with a chick when I met you.
They brought a chick for you. You didn't even know this chick like that.
But she was with me. She was with a P.
Oh, okay. All right.
The fuck you mean?
Well, she couldn't have been doing too much, because I promise you, I don't even remember the chick being there. She was staying out of the way. No, I ain't gonna lie. I did remember some girls being over there, but you know how you in the section, it was like it was dudes in our section. It wasn't like, I didn't feel like, and I'm gonna be honest with you, the reason why I really didn't pay attention to her is because he kept smiling at his phone. So I was thinking he was on the phone with his girlfriend.
Yeah.
That's really another reason why I wasn't even studying them, because I remember seeing, I was like, dang, his girlfriend won't even let him have a good time. She dang on the phone. And meanwhile, a couple months later, here I am on FaceTime while he had everybody partying in Mobile. But anyway, yeah, so I didn't really even stud her. You know what I'm saying? But that's what happened. And I don't know how. He asked for my Instagram. I was like, my Instagram? He was trying to be respectful, because I still have this dumb old ring on. Engaged to somebody I knew I was never marrying. Please. That's a whole other story. But, yeah, and I'm like, Instagram. But this, I'm going to tell y'all, this how I knew it was something. Because I don't, like, I'm not being funny, but I do get approached in somewhere, form or fashion, often, right? Almost daily if I go somewhere. I don't respond to that. I don't. You not, especially if I'm so-called in a relationship. You definitely. But even when I'm not, I don't just like meet people on the street. Like, that's not what I do. So I don't even know why I took his number and texted. I don't know. It was just, I have no clue. I text him like, it's Mo, lock me in. He locked me in. I ain't got that. They ain't gonna lock me up. That was crazy. But yep, that's how we met. That's how we ended up in a long distance relationship. So he said he's from Mobile. I lived in Maryland at the time. I'm like, what the hell? I didn't know what to expect. I really didn't. I didn't know what was finna happen. Even when after our first date, I went home and got up out of that house. I didn't know what was gonna happen. I just knew I didn't want to be restricted from what could happen. I ain't that type of person. I'm not gonna be sneaking around talking to somebody I want to talk to. I'm gonna go get my own place and go do my thing so I can talk as much as I want to talk. So I had no clue what was about to happen, but I just knew I didn't want what I had going on to stop what could have happened. I was like, you know what? If it work out, it work out. If it don't, at least this was the thing that got me out of that crazy house.
Yeah.
So either way, it would have been a win. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is what's up. But, and that was so quick. So when you hear people say that they just met somebody, don't think that they're crazy. Unless they're crazy and they just met them on some random date site or something. I don't know. But if people say that, like, that's real. Like, that is so true.
Oh yeah, that's real.
And it happened for real. Like, this, we literally, I think he has called me his girlfriend since like the second week.
Yeah, for real.
He said I love you first too, by the way.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
He did.
Man, that was
You did?
Said.
No, you said, I'm gonna tell you exactly what you said. He said, he is such a liar too, for real.
Who said it first?
You did. And I'm gonna tell you what, because he said, I be wanting to say it too. He used to be trying to be so smooth at first too, by the way. Then I really saw him. He used to be trying to put on his mellow moves voice and all that. You did. You did used to put your mellow moves voice on at first. And you talk about some, I be wanting to say it too, baby. And I said,
Man, what the fuck?
yeah, he said, go on and say it, because I be wanting to say it too, baby. And I'm like, or bae. I think you call me baby. Yeah, bae. And I'm like, say what? Because I couldn't believe I was thinking it. I ain't gonna lie. But it was like, this is so stupid. How you gonna tell somebody you love them? It's like 2 weeks in. And so I said, say what? And he said, I love you. And I said, I love you too. And ever since then, so he said it first. Technically. You didn't say it first.
Nah, I ain't say it first.
So how it go? How it go?
You said it first.
How it go?
You said
it went
first.
exactly how I just said it went. And I'm going to tell y'all that it did go that way because he remembered everything. And if it wasn't, he would be saying, no, this is how it went. That's exactly what happened.
But no, yeah, that's what happened. Bro.
That's what happened. And ever since then, it was like...
The play away.
Whatever. Neither one of us was playing for that. That was crazy. Like, what? I'm telling y'all, I left the first date. Like, I had left my best friend. Like, driving away.
Oh, yeah.
My first night.
Yeah.
When I had to drive that van back to Maryland.
Yeah.
It was... I was sad, y'all. I was like, what is wrong with me? I'm like, I do not want to leave my best friend down here.
Should have been.
And I had to leave him, but it ain't last too long. But yeah, so we did it for almost 2 years. October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June. Like 8, 9 months of that married.
Yeah.
8, 9 months of that. That was difficult. Yeah. And I don't know what changed. I know what changed because we made a commitment before God. So that changed, but I'm just saying, like, something changed though. Like, we used to miss each other, but it was like, man, it was so hard because it was like, dang, we married now. Why can we start? Well, we had started our lives, but it was like we wanted to start our lives together all the time, and we just couldn't do it. So it was frustrating. It was frustrating, but we made it through. And I used to always say, well, it's just gonna make us appreciate, our time together.
Oh yeah.
And I want to make sure that we don't ever forget that. You know what I mean? Like, don't take it for granted because it was almost 2 years we weren't together.
Yeah, for real.
But if you're moved in another state, it's gonna be okay. You just gotta be okay with falling asleep on the phone, telling you where he is, not being no liar. Because if you're a liar, it's not gonna work.
Yeah, nah,
you can't lie
at all.
because your brain gets it going on both sides. Either way, I don't care who you are. If you're human, if somebody tell you something that's off, you gonna question everything. Then it's like, I'm not there to see what you got going on. You have to really be able to take this person at their word because you don't know them like that. For you just trying to get to know them, especially at the beginning of a relationship.
I was thinking all kind of ways, like, damn, I'm doing some suck ass shit, and the girl goddamn doing God knows what, this stupid shit, but
yeah,
that wasn't what
I can't even look like that because I used to, man.
Yeah.
Listen. My brain used to go all kind of different ways.
But it ain't nothing out the norm though. It comes with territory.
Yeah.
That's just what it is. It's a long distance relationship. It will come with it. Was I up for the ride? Yeah. It was the best ride I ever took. I don't want to take it again though, but
yeah, I don't want to do that no more. Like, I'm about to open another restaurant in Maryland. I'm dreading. Like, I don't even want to leave, even though I got stuff to do. I have stuff to do. Back in Atlanta, and right after that, I gotta go to Maryland. Is my point. So it's like, dang. But somebody in a conversation with him said, "You be needing space or time, apart." And Roderick was like, "Man, listen, He said to me, like, baby, I want to get to the point where we, working together, doing everything. I mean, we already work together, but he's saying like on a daily basis. You know what I mean? Like going to work together." And
I don't want to leave mine. I'm cool.
Yeah, but everybody doesn't. Everybody doesn't view it that way. You know what I mean? Like, cause I've heard that. Like, chicks that said like your man shouldn't be your best friend. You should have a I don't believe in that. Maybe that works for other people. I don't know. You know what I mean? Maybe it does. But for me and mine, to me, I don't think that this would work the way it did if we wasn't best friends.
Yeah, it really wouldn't have worked.
Yeah, that wouldn't have worked out. I don't want to have a life partner that's not my best friend. That ain't saying you can't have other friends. I'm just saying, like,
that's not a life partner.
Yeah, that's not your life partner. That's not your favorite person in the whole wide world. Like, you want to be with that person all the time. You have to spend the rest of your life with this person. I want that person to be my best. Think about it. You think about the best friend that you have. I've had best friends, or I know I've been a best friend to people before, right? But I have been in situations at that moment that was my best friend. I could kick it with my best friend all the time.
Yeah.
And not be like, oh, God, I'm so sick of this girl. Or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, it should be that way with your husband or your wife too. Because people look at Roderick, I know they do. I hear the stories and I know how they be looking at him crazy like, hey, what he on? Because it's such a complete 180 for him, you know? Like, Roderick, fine as ever. Like, had plenty chicks. And people are just shocked to see him, you know. To me, to us, now it's normal. So it's not, it's weird to me to even hear. And for me, it's normal too. People were shocked with me too, like how happy I am, the glow I have. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a lot of shock on both sides. But, you know, people are shocked. Don't you think people like, dang, why you always with your wife?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I get that. I mean, they don't say
dang,
like
why you always with your wife? I know they ain't gonna say that to you, but I'm just saying that's what it's like. Like,
show though, yeah.
Like,
that's exactly what it's like.
And I don't know why y'all. I don't know. I think that's sad. I think that's sad for marriages.
With your wife, though, like,
but a lot of men don't. Like, think about how most men, right? Think about this. Think about how most men talk about their wives. Man, I gotta go home to this.
Yeah, niggas just act like that just.
Yeah,
I gotta take it in.
My nagging old wife. Oh, I gotta go. Like, I'm serious. Like,
I gotta sit and play house with the wife. Nigga, that's what you supposed to do. Like, I don't want to be in that relationship.
But I'm just saying, most people.
I felt like that though. I was that old ass nigga before.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I had to get the fuck out of there.
Yeah, they feel like it's a burden or something. You know what I'm saying?
Fucking married to the gym just so you won't be around this bitch. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, you don't want to.
That ain't nothing you want to do. Like, and you miserable as fuck. Like, I was. She probably was miserable too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I'm damn sure was miserable. I had to get away from that.
Yeah.
I was getting old. You know, like feeling old.
Yeah,
like,
thinking old.
Young as hell. Like, thinking old.
old.
Gotta go to bed at 8, cause I gotta work in the man. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, so y'all can sleep in on Saturday.
So we can sleep in on. We gotta get our rest on. No, we don't.
Gotta get our rest.
No, the fuck we
what
don't.
are you resting from?
Yeah, fuck we resting for.
Oh my god, I would've went crazy.
We gotta go to bed at 8. So I can get up early and iron the kids' clothes before school. What? Man, that's a miserable ass life.
All you gotta do is iron them real quick before you go to bed. It's gonna be
Sunday
okay.
for the week.
It's okay.
Iron them Sunday for the whole week. But
yeah,
that's
people
bullshit.
think
You can't live life with rules. I don't believe in rules. Me and Mo do whatever the fuck we want to do. We wrote our own book when it comes to this shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We don't go
But
the
some of it's so
way.
simple. Seriously though, some of it's so simple and it's very traditional. For real, we don't go the traditional way in a lot of things. Even the way that we got married, the way we met, the way the first 2 years of our relationship was. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's not traditional. So I understand that, but a lot of it's so simple. Y'all be so impressed by the simple thing. You're supposed to want to spend time with your spouse. You're supposed to enjoy that person. You're not supposed, like, we hear it, man. It's so crazy. His associates, people like, y'all not even happy. And it's so crazy because I've been there though. I've been in a situation.
Yeah, me too though.
Where I'm not happy and you just stay. You know what I'm saying? His was the gym. He would stay at the gym. I would work. I mean, work to the point, just work. And I still work a lot, but I'm not working because I don't want to be home. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like half the time I be wanting to do my work at home. At least I could just be by my husband. You know what I'm saying? At least be on the couch or doing something. So it's like, I get it, but it's just like once you're in a healthy relationship, it's like, dang, like you really see it for what it is. Like that was not how it's supposed to be. Like we could have both potentially, if we wouldn't have gotten out of the previous situation, just settled for the rest of our life.
Oh, yeah.
Roger would have still been cheating, doing whatever. I would have not been cheating, but been miserable as hell. Just mad. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's crazy. And you don't have to do that. Like, that's not what relationships is not about settling. Like, we both also have in common that when we were previously married, it was like, he did it like, I'm gonna just try this, and I'm just in there like,
I'm gonna just try this.
I'm gonna see if this work.
I got a child by, and I never tried marrying her. Like, that's some shit you can just get out of.
Yeah.
Fuck no.
And then I wasn't just trying. I was just trying something. I was looking at it like, I knew this wasn't gonna be. Why would you marry somebody that you know is not the person you're gonna be with for the rest of your life? That was the dumbest thing.
I'm standing up that motherfucker. I do, but
like with a question mark.
Well,
like that's what I'm saying. Don't thank you. Like why are you for? And I used to tell Roger this all the time. We still talk about it all the time. Like, I believe now, right? Like, even right around the time when I first met Roger, because when I was like really on this, and I would say it to him all the time, he'd be saying, "Yeah, you always say that. Don't force nothing."
Yeah,
I don't force nothing. You hear me?
I
like,
force myself into that shit.
Force nothing. I'm talking about if we make a reservation somewhere and it's too hard to get there. We ain't gotta go. It's okay. We could do something else. I'm talking about down to if it's a pair of shoes I want, and I went to 3 stores and ain't got my. I ain't forcing it. It ain't for me to have. I'm talking about down to the simplest thing.
Yeah.
Don't force nothing. So especially don't force your relationship.
Yeah, you can't do that.
Like your marriage, the person that you're supposed to spend the rest of your life with. And do you know how hard it is to get divorced? Both of us had previous marriages that took us. How long did it take you to get divorced? 2 years?
No, it didn't take me.
Yeah, it did.
It did take me.
Yeah, it took you a year and something.
Yeah.
Close to 2 years. It took me over 2 years.
Dang, it did. What?
It took me 2 years to get divorced. I don't want to do that. Why is it so hard for me to get out of this?
That shit took 2 years.
And we're talking about a situation where it wasn't even really nothing for us to split. Same thing with them. They had a house, a car, or whatever. Like, it's just nothing. What are we fighting over here?
Yeah.
Get me out of here.